All right, good morning, everyone. Uh, Foggy day out today, but it's a lot warmer. So I think next week they're saying up in the 50s, 60s, maybe. That's good. But, anyways, I've been looking at the Delphi case. Okay, is it possible they edited the recording and video? It's possible. It's possible. Am I saying that's what happened? No, but anything is possible. Uh, Now, the big thing is the guy that was a suspect back in 2017, uh, that was a model. Now, what we need to find out was that guy actually a resident of Indiana at the time? When did he move to Alaska? When did he become a cop? I mean, these things, I go through these things and I see, okay, is Keegan Klein the fall guy? The one who's going to take the rap because of the model with the big money or whatever and the good looks and whatever. And he might have been a cop or, you know, now they're saying all of a sudden, well, he was a cop. It was a fake account. He lives in another country, which I said that too. That's what I thought too. But they have to do their research. Was this guy a U.S. resident at one time? Where and when did he become a cop? Has he always been a cop? Or he was a model, then became a cop in Alaska? If he did, well, then he might be telling the truth where he had no idea his face was being used. And that's the problem with technology and social media today is even, you don't even have to be on social media. Someone take a photo of you on a cell phone and then use that on a fake account. This is the problem with social media. We don't know. Technology is good, but it is succumbing our manpower, meaning we just don't have the manpower to be going through all the data to find things as fast as we need to find them. So it is a problem. What do I think about the case? Well, I'm sitting here. I woke up this morning. I'm watching the good old guys, police the cuff, which he's live right now. I was in his chat room chatting for a few minutes. So I'm watching old Bill. Well, great channel, great channel.
It's so pathetic when you see these smash and grabs. These are people own these businesses.
Look at that backyard, greener than the green grasses of Ireland. You can shoot 18 in that backyard. Leave it up to the Irish to have the best backyards. So I'm watching that channel. I'm watching, of course, the beautiful Miss Grizzly. Watching her channel. Watching a couple other channels. See this bridge? Well, that'll soon probably be coming down. It's just too dangerous. It's like, to me, I watch all these videos where they go out there, and to me, it's like they're saying, "Come out, bring your kids, no, don't bring your kids out there. It's dangerous." To me, it's like the movie It. They're luring people back there again because they know there's no security. There's no cameras, real cameras. There might be trail cameras, but them are garbage. There's no security, and here they are, come out to the bridge, the Delphi Bridge or whatever. And I say, no, we got to take it down. It's too dangerous. It is a historical bridge, but in that case, no, take it down one by one, piece by piece, reassemble it somewhere in one of our museums out here in Indiana. I think they have a train museum or something. Put it in front of the train museum or something. But it's got to go. They're attracting young kids out there again and telling people to come out there, you know, and it's wrong. It's like the killing fields are open again. They didn't get caught the first time. The whole thing was a shab or a shim sham. And I'm going to say this much right now. I don't think it was trafficking. I really don't think it was trafficking because they killed the girls. And if it was trafficking or any kind of young kid trafficking or sexual prostitution or whatever, they wouldn't have killed the girls because the girls are the product, the money. So they wouldn't have killed the girls. So it wasn't that. And my concerns is, who did the police release that video and recording to? Is there a chance somebody got their hands on it, edited it? It is very blurry, which the phone that they used was a brand new phone, a digital phone, which the video would have been crystal clear. Even the recording of the voices would have been crystal clear. It's not like it was an old 1990 when the phones first came out. So that's another thing. Who did they release the video to? And I always felt that the police left key clues. There was no reason for a sheriff to get on a podium and look around the room, and the first thing out of his mouth is, you might be in this room with us. We might have already talked to you or interviewed you. Or you might have already talked to us or interviewed us or whatever they said. That was a key clue because there's only certain people allowed in a press release. A crime investigator, a PI, or a reporter, or another cop, and that's the key. A lot of people say this guy, oh, it's a fake. He knew nothing about it. We don't know that. We got to bring in Anthony Schatz. Why? Because we're not going to go on hearsay because he's one of the boys now, the code of honor, the police or whatever. Was he a cop when this happened in 2017? Did he live in this area, or did he recently boot scoot boogie and out to Alaska and then became a cop and all this? We don't know yet, and that's the thing. We can't just say, oh, well, Anthony Schatz had nothing to do with it and didn't know about it. Well, that's possible. With the technology they have today, they could have took his profile photo or something and used it. I'm not saying that's not possible, but you got to check up on it. You got to check up on it. You can't just say, that's why people are so pissed at me, because I keep telling them, I want to see the crime scene photos. I want to see 2 young girls there, and I want to see blood or whatever, all these videos that these people made that their heads were chopped off. And that was family members supposedly leaking the information. Something ain't right here, boys, in this case. Something ain't right. It ain't right. It ain't adding up. It was a hush-hush case. But yet we got information that the police released information and the family did. And that's a no-no when it's a hush-hush case. When it's an ongoing case, you don't say nothing. You present the information or the evidence you have, and if you need the citizens' help, you do, but you don't give them a little clip. It was like they were toying or a cover-up. That's what I'm thinking. Here's the thing, too. Keegan Kline, they knew about him 12 days after the case. They went and picked him up. They gave him a polygraph from all the information that's out there. He passed it. He did admit that he opened the account. It was a fake account, but was he taking the fall? That's the thing. Was he scared? Whatever, whatever the thing may be, they released him. He's only been in prison a year, maybe 2 years, if that. Could it be him? It could be. I'm not saying it ain't, but it could be. I'm saying probably not because, he might be bridge guy, maybe, but I don't think so. The way he's walking, we got to see his gait. We got to get video of uh, Keegan Klein walking. We need to see his gait. Now, I seen an interview with a girl that said she grew up with him, and they asked her, "Does it sound like him on the recording?" And she said, "No, honestly, it don't sound like him. But with all that's going on, it could be him, but it don't sound like him." And she said she's talked to him on the phone and she would know his voice. So, okay, he might not be the guy on the recording. Is he bridge guy walking down I don't know. We need a gate. He's in prison. Have him walk down the prison hall with his hands in his pockets, whatever, and you get a gait of him walking. If that gait don't add up and his height, how tall is he? How tall is he? The girl that they interviewed said he was always a big guy. I mean, he wasn't the weight he is now, 250, 300 pounds or whatever. He wasn't that heavy at the time, but he was always a big guy. What's the guy's height? And we need video of him walking a gait. Now, I looked at it. People are saying, do you think it was Chadwell on the bridge? It possibly is, but Chadwell's gait is different and his shoulders. He's got a dramatic angle from his neck down to his shoulders. They drop down in a dramatic, they lean way down. The bridge guy, they're more straight across the shoulders, the broadness of the shoulders. So, is it possible that Klein was telling the truth, that he did open the account? He might have opened it for somebody. We don't know, because most of the time these people work for people. They sell photos. It's like a ring, a racket. That's how they make their money. And they get these young photos and then they trade them or sell them or whatever to other people. It's I know it's nuts. It is. But that's the truth. It is a racket, a money-making corporation or whatever. Like I said, do I think they came there to do one thing, traffic the girls, kidnap them or whatever? And I don't think so, because you don't kill the product. They would have made no money. There's no money in a product you can't sell or train to be in sex, which we do have. We do have Chadwell messages supposedly out there. I don't know if that's true or not, but from what I've heard and seen, messages between a lady down in Indiana and between Chadwell and her computer got stolen or whatever it may be, that he was saying he had another girl for the club, the gang, whatever, that they can teach to have sex and whatever, and for the club for free, and they can charge money. So these aren't, my opinion, I think we got one of them. And the police came out in the press release and left another clue. There was numerous voices on the recording other than Abby and Libby's. So that means there was more. It's probably a big ring. Here's what happened. They got one phone. They took Abby and Libby's phone, found an account that was suspicious, followed up on it, found a whole bunch of phones, and then people around there, they took them phones and they went through them, and then bada bing, bam, bam, bam. All these phones started popping up. And now people are getting their phones taken away, and everybody's trying to say, oh, well, it's because the killer called me, or I was doing research, or whatever it may be. No, probably not. But hey, if it makes them feel better, go with it. That might be the case. Maybe this guy called a couple people, but I'm not thinking so. I'm thinking They probably went ahead and found numbers and started going through them numbers, and it just led to a big giant ring. It wasn't just one guy. It might have been just one guy. I mean, I wasn't there. I don't know. But the only way we're really going to find out information is it's time to release all of the recording and the crime scene photos and all the evidence they have. If there's two young girls there and they're all cut up and they were penetrated with sticks, like some of these videos were saying, because one of the girls were pregnant, and like Sean Harmon was saying, and his son gouged their, penetrated these women with, or these young girls with sticks to try and get rid of the evidence of the baby. That's what Sean was saying. And I'm like, okay, now I want to see the crime scene photos and all the evidence that the Indiana Police Department in Delphi, Lafayette, and state police have. Because if that's the case and they were all cut up and there ain't no blood there to match the blood loss of what was done to them, then it was all a lie, a fabrication. Why? To throw us off of the trail. This might have been all fabricated. Why? For a crime channel, or for some people that might have actually been the ones that were the cause of it. And they didn't get caught. Now everybody is making videos at the bridge. Come out to the bridge, bring your children, cross the bridge. Where two little girls were possibly sacrificed or brutally. That's what the police said. We don't want you to hear nothing or see the photos because it's too gory. Okay, but then a year later they put out, well, no, that was no true. They weren't killed that way. Well, you said it was so gory that you didn't want us to hear the video or see the crime scene photos. So someone knew what happened before the police released that. So now we've got to see it. They have no choice. They got to release the crime scene photos, the autopsy, and all of the recording. They have to. There's no way around it. And I believe some people will start subpoenaing them, saying, you're going to release this information because you made Delphi, Indiana, and Lafayette and the surrounding areas in Indiana look like total sickos, which I'm starting to believe it could be a big ring. It could have been child trafficking and something went wrong. Possible, but I don't think so. You don't kill the product. You get rid of the product, you got nothing. It could have been a certain way that people are saying out there, but the police never released that information. And the only person or people that knew about that would be people that were there, the killer. So it's time to see the crime scene photos, the autopsy, and all the recording. And that's it. There ain't nothing else left. They have no choice. It's gotten so far out of hand that they have no choice. They have to. And there's a lot of people out there, like Sean Harmon got pissed at me saying, you're a sicko for wanting to see the crime scene photos. No, there's a reason why you don't want us to see them crime scene photos or the evidence or the DNA. There's rumors out there they didn't even have DNA from the crime scene. Supposedly they got it from somewhere else. Well, how do you get DNA from Abby and Libby and the killer somewhere else in another house? Okay. And not at the crime scene. Well, that would tell me that they killed him somewhere else and then deposited the bodies there. Is that possible? Yes. Very possible. You have to remember the police were out there the same day the girls were missing. Search that area. Had drones out there, supposedly, from what all these videos are saying. with thermal imaging cameras on the drones and didn't see nothing. The next day, they went back and the girls' bodies were found the next day. Something ain't adding up. I ain't buying it. The Delphi Bridge has to come down. And, it's just depending on who's going to do the demo job. It's too dangerous. They're leading kids and people out to an area that they know is not secure. It's not a secure area. It's out in the middle of farmland, and the bridge is too dangerous. It's already fallen down, and the bridge is coming down. So that's my opinion. It's like they're saying here, we didn't get caught the first time. We propaganded this giant cover up, and they might have actually did the killings and created the whole thing. Why would the police say, you people are going to be shocked when you find out that you people had a hand or you were the cause of all this mess? Wasn't me they were talking to. It had to be either a reporter or somebody that was an investigator, maybe a PI, a police officer. That's what I'm thinking. And then they found out, he's a cop or whatever. We got to do this. We got to do that. Make sure, that people just don't believe that government are sickos sometimes. That police don't do nothing wrong. Why? I don't know. Because we put them up that job is under God, but it's not that way. We all wish we'd wake up and it'd just be no pain, no suffering, just beautiful days and laughing, beautiful feelings, but it's not that way. They're humans. They succumb to all kinds of temptation and money, bribes, all kinds of things. They get away with things because they know they're a cop, and their sentence is going to go light because they're a cop or an FBI or a politic or a church priest or whatever, that they'll never go into general population, that they'll be protected even if they have to do 20 years. So, and believe it or not, there's been a lot of cases, and it's been all over the news. They've caught a couple cops, a lot of them, that were pimping out a young 17-year-old, 18-year-old girl, 16-year-old girl or something like that when it first started. And they were pimping them out between the cops and then pimping them out to other people to make money. And they busted a bunch of them. And people act like they just don't, they busted cops that were involved in drug cartels that were giving information to people for money. So it happens all the time. My opinion, the bridge has got to come down. Take it apart piece by piece and put it in front of the train museum out there or one of the museums or whatever. But the bridge is going, whether it's demoed or, that's just my opinion. I watch the videos these people are making to come out to the bridge, bring your kids. You want to cross, they're holding hands of kids and people. Do you want to cross the bridge and everything? It's an 80-foot drop. If someone fell from there or pushed off or whatever, they would have been dead. People are saying, it was the Masons. I don't believe so. The Masons would have really gave a sign. They would have hung the girls from the bridge right in broad daylight there. They would have hung the girls. That's the way, the calling card of the Masons. If it was even the Masons, because, there's copycat killers and people that like to try and set people up to make it look like it's another organization and it's really a drug dealers or whatever, or sex traffickers. I think if it was the Masons, they would have done it. They would have left the calling card saying, hey, they would have hung the girls with bricks around their waist and a note in their pockets saying, this is what happens when you mess with the Masons' money or family or whatever, which is a proven fact. The Masons have done that before. They've found people with hanging from light posts with bricks tied to their, or front, or 2 bricks in the front pocket, and with a note saying, "This is what happens when you steal money from the Masons." You know, it's a proven fact. A lot of people say you don't know what you're talking about. Oh no, that is a proven fact. No way around it. They would have left a calling card, not just carvings in the tree like some of these people are saying. That information was never released. There was people making videos on that, and I was looking around going, that information never was released. How did they get that information? A leak. So the case was compromised from day one because the family and the police were talking about it. And they did say that one of the family members was one of the people that found the girls, and he said that they were chopped up and penetrated with sticks, and their fingers were chopped off, and they were, you know, who's making these videos? Where did they get this information? Where's Eric? Where's Derek? Where's all of them? You got to bring them all in. It was probably a big fiasco, a big meltdown, the police were going, oh my God. Yeah, I would be too. I would be too. But like I said, the sheriffs, when they came out with that press release, the biggest clue was there was no reason for the sheriff to say you might be in the room with us right now. There was no need for that unless he knew that it was either a reporter, an investigator, or a cop or FBI. That's all I'm saying. That was a key clue. And everybody's been looking for one guy that might be younger, but older, but look like this, but look like that. And that told me, there's probably more of them. And especially when the police said on camera, there was numerous voices on the recording other than Abby and Libby's. Now, were they people off in the distance? Maybe walking the trail? Possible. Or was there more than one person there and something went wrong? Maybe they did at first wanted to traffic the girls or whatever, but something went wrong. Maybe they were blackmailed. Maybe they were yada, yada, yada. Maybe. But it's time to release all the information on the case. Bottom line, they have nowhere to go now. It's time to release the autopsy, all of the photos, and all of the recording, the voice recording. Is it possible that the recording was monkeyed with, meaning edited or doctored up? Very possible. That's why the video is so distorted. A bridge guy walking down. That can't be the original video. If you notice, the camera is not shaking all around. Okay? It was either Abby or Libby, whoever took the video, had a steady hand because the camera was not shaking all over the place. So it would have been a really clear photo. And what we're seeing on, or it's actually a still photo of a moving video. So it's going to be blurry right off the bat. But the original video would be real clear. So that's just my opinion. Who am I? I don't know. That's my opinion on it. I think someone tried to pull a fast one, either a cover up, a scam, or it was a whole bunch of people involved. And once they got Keegan Klein's phones and went through them, all these people's phones probably started popping up and yada, yada, yada. And then you got Anthony Greeno asking why the police won't give him his phone back, and that he might have talked to the killer. And We don't know that. We don't know that. We don't even know if some of the videos that are being posted out right now of the police saying anybody's name that was brought up as suspects are not suspects or have anything to do with this case. Who released that video? We don't even know. This is getting good. It's getting real good because we don't believe the police. They can say whatever they want. The proof is in the photos, the recordings, and all the data of the phones. And that's it. They got no choice. They have no choice. They are surrounded, literally, with other groups that are surrounding Indiana. They have no choice but to release all the information, everything, everything. And then we have the right to go through the video and the recording of the voices and the actual video to see if anything was doctored, meaning edited or ran through a CGI or a software or anything. Any voices edited, anything. The proof is in the photos, and there is an outrage that people don't want them photos released. Why? Because that will prove that it was not what all these YouTubers said it was, and they were deliberately trying to lead people down the wrong path to cover up the real killers. And every time I see a video of these people wanting you to bring your family members out to Delphi Bridge and cross the bridge and all this and that, and is a slap in the face. It really is, because to me, it's like they're luring people back out there when they know that there is no security. The bridge is very dangerous, very dangerous. And there's no security or nothing. And it's like, here we are. You didn't catch us the first time, and now we're going to open up the killing fields again. Bring your kids and family. Come see Delphi Bridge and the Libby Memorial and all this. There's no security out there. If that's the case and they're going to do that, then we want patrol officers walking up and down the trail 24/7. And the trails will be closed, meaning gated off. Certain time you're not allowed in there. But they flock to the area to go see where the two young girls were killed. It's unreal. For one, they should have kept that area shut down until the case was perfectly solved, but they didn't. They kept it open, and anybody and their mother and father in the kitchen sink has been trampling all over evidence, maybe even evidence that was left behind that they didn't get the first time. They should have kept it quarantined off in case they had to do a reenactment of where the bodies were staged and all kinds of stuff. They should have did foot imprint castings, animal imprint castings. If there was even a speck of dirt, a bird, anything feeding on the bodies, that's all evidence. And everybody, why do you think they want people to come through there? To destroy all the evidence. There's probably footprints all over that place, everywhere. People walking all through the woods out there by the cemetery, everything. It's turned into one of like these, when we were younger, let's go to the graveyard and it's spooky or whatever. We don't know. It could have been a sacrifice. We don't know that. We don't know if it was a sacrifice or not. There's rumors out there that it was a sacrifice. They were sacrificed. Then there's rumors it was the Masons and the Mafia, the syndicate. I find that hard to believe. Most of the mafiosos and they have families, they have grandkids. There's rules. You don't kill little tiny girls. It just don't happen. Especially with the Masons. These are builders. The Masons started off as just people that build things. Geographic stuff, math, building, Some idiot took it and turned it into something else than what it was originally about. The Masons were originally builders. They built things with their hands, a trade, bricklaying, framing, carpentry. That's what the Masons were originally created for. It was an organization of workers that worked and learned how to build. And someone took that and turned it into some kind of a syndicate mafia thing. That's not what the original Masons were all about. It was about building, learning a trade. What they did, I have no idea. But it ain't all, it's not adding up. It didn't add up from day one. And I think they're just looking for somebody to solve the case. I would say so. But here's what's going on. Their minds are so closed. They've been looking for one guy the whole time. And it's numerous people. Numerous people. And I always said this case will open up doors to other cases. It's like the Gabby Petito case. That case opened doors to other cases. If you notice, they found 8, 9 people in that area of Gabby Petito body. That tells us, it opened the door to something big was going on out there, because they found 9 people that were dead out there by Gabby Petito with the same MO as the way Gabby and the rest of the girls died. So, is it possible? I don't know. Could it be where, people are trying to say it's a serial killer? No, it's a serial group. It's got to be a bunch of them. Or they're trying to make it look like, something other than what it is. And what's funny is there's an FBI agent, boy, and everybody is saying, it's Brian Laundrie. Could they be actually creating this and saying, we'll never get caught because we're a cop and we're an FBI agent? And it just, is it, and ain't it funny how all these lookalikes popped up with Brian Laundrie? No coincidence when you got, there's been 20 sightings in different states. Then you look at the photos and you're like, holy, that looks like Brian Laundrie. But it wasn't. I don't know. It's getting nuts. All I can say is I took the recording of Brian Chadwell's videos on social media, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, Instagram, whatever he was putting out live, and compared it to the voice that I'm hearing on the recording of Abby or Libby's cell phone. And I'm saying my beliefs, I've listened to it, I don't know how many times, 100 times, but more than that probably. And compare both of them, played one of his videos, then played the other video of the Abby and Libby's recording off of their phones. And I'm thinking, my opinion, it's Chadwell. Now, I'm hearing a lot of static, a lot of popping, a lot of it could be leaves going through the ground. It could be the wind with the microphone on the camera. Or it could be one other option. Somebody got the video before everybody else and edited it. Or we're dealing with somebody that might have went there with a tape recording, because I'm hearing crackling, popping, hissing. And that sounds like, I record music and there's tape machines that we buy. And you can put hiss, pops, you can put that wobble in your recording. Yeah, I don't know. I just, what? I'm going back to music because these cases are driving me nuts. I've been on them ever since I've been locked down for COVID, a year, 2 years, watching these. Before that, all I did was play music all day and put out videos of cover songs. I don't know. It's just my point of view. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it was a big group of them, yada, 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 yada. And it could be maybe they are toying with us, or these actual FBI people that supposedly are FBI or a police or whatever knew about it, and then Boot Scoot Boogie became an FBI agent or whatever before. Well, I'm FBI, I'm a cop. I didn't know anything about it. We don't know yet. We can't go on hearsay. If we go on hearsay, uh, we don't know. Like I've always said, I believe we have a couple of these people in custody, but it's bigger than what you people are thinking. Once they got one phone, that's all they needed was that one phone. And people's phone, bada bing, bada boom, and they're taking people's phones and their computers and stuff. And now we got people on there, like I said, Anthony Greeno complaining he can't get his phone back, that he thinks the killer called him. Well, usually the killers don't call a crime scene investigator YouTube channel. They call someone big. Howard Stern, a movie or a news channel, something like that. Somebody that's big that he can get broadcast. I'm not saying that, Anthony Greeno might have talked to the police or talked to the killer. Very well possible, but there's also my other opinions, and they won't give him the phone back. And there's a reason for that. And like I said, if Anthony Greeno was 100% innocent, they would have downloaded the information off of his phone, all the data, and they would have gave him the phone back and said, here, if the guy calls you again, call us right away. Let us know. That's not the case. I don't know what's going on. I'm not saying Anthony Greeno is guilty of anything. I'm just saying it ain't adding up. To me, it's not adding up. It's not adding up. And then the war between Anthony Greeno and Sean Harmon, that Sean Harmon, you used me. I gave you this. I gave you all kinds of views. I gave you this. You used me. Anthony Greeno, SOB. I'm going to punch you in the face when I see you. And believe me, Sean's made videos on everybody, even me. I'm not worried about it. But here's the thing. Something's going on. And, Sean Harmon does have a bad past. Everybody thinks he's poor. He's a druggie. Okay, I'll give him that. He's an addict. Okay. Whatever. I hope he stays clean. But here's the bottom line. He has had a past before, and so has Anthony Greeno, of violence constantly, not smoking a doobie or, sitting around drinking or public intoxication or whatever, violent crimes, felonies. Felonies. Now, there used to be a law. If you were a felon and convicted and found guilty and went and did jail time or whatever, you were not allowed to be around a weapon, period. That used to be the law. Nowadays, I don't know. But that used to be the law. You can't be around any firearms at all. I mean, maybe home defense, but you can't be carrying around firearms. That's the law. Now, whether they change the law or they're just overlooking it to try and, this might be a bigger ring than we ever thought, people. Really, there's a lot of money in getting rid, oh, wait, I got Mr. Chippewa Dawson, and I forgot to check my chat. Oh, Sean Harmon's son's in here. Hi, guys. Amanda Potter, Chippewa Dawson. I hope you're doing good. It's 5:30 in the morning there, or at night here. I had a nightmare about freak spiders, shivers. Oh, I think you got giant spiders out there in Australia, Miss Chippewa Dawson. You could put a saddle on them and ride them. They're big out there. Yeah. Them spiders out there, I call shotgun spiders. That's where you grab a shotgun, you blow a hole through your wall just to kill the spider. It's big. There are big spiders out there in the world. Well, where was I? I hope your day is going good, Miss Chippewa Dawson. It's foggy here. We had a fog bank rolling early this morning. But I think they're saying in a couple days here or next week supposed to be up in the 60s. But chances of storms, possible tornadoes. So we got to watch for that. Well, where was I? Ah, yes. I'm thinking something's up. I'm thinking they got. Here's the thing: the old boy, uh, Keegan Klein, could have sang like a canary. You know, uh, they already knew 12 days after the murder about Keegan Klein and Anthony Shots, and they could have went ahead and 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 sang like canaries. And then boom, they started picking up other people's phones, computers, themselves. It takes a while when you're understaffed to go through all this information. It takes a while. It don't take too long to get to download information off of a cell phone. And that's what's kind of fishy with all this is, Anthony Greeno's all pissed off at him. And I told Anthony, I commented on his video, get a lawyer and have him subpoena your phone back. Have him go in and tell him you want your phone back, and then you'll get your phone back. It ain't nothing for the police to take the uh, cell phone and download all the data, and then they don't need the cell phone no more. They got the data, you know, but they won't give him his phone back. So something is up there. I don't know. Did you see that girl YouTube channel? Yes, I did. Are you talking about Jalen, Judge and Jalen? Is that who you're talking about, Chipwood Dawson? Yes, I've seen her before on YouTube. Um, Last year, I think, or something like that, or a year ago. I think she changed the name on her YouTube channel, I believe, and I think she's going to be on Anthony Greeno's channel here soon. I think I'm not sure. I've seen something. She's gonna be on someone else's channel. She probably changed her name. I don't blame it. I don't blame her. From last time I heard, uh, she was talking that there was a problem down there. I think she was a lady of the night, Miss Chippewa Dawson. I think. Uh, at least that's what I thought, uh, or maybe she said on her videos. Uh, She was very beautiful, and she probably changed her name. I think she changed her YouTube channel name or whatever. It used to be Judge and Jalen, but now when you told me about that, I went to go look for her channel, and some of the videos now are under a different YouTube channel. Uh, and I think she's made videos where she said she goes down to Texas. They move. It's like a rolling. I don't know, brothel. I mean, I have nothing against these ladies. They're very beautiful ladies, but they have to make money, and they do that. And I think I seen some of her videos where she said she was down in Texas. She was, you know, moving around or whatever. And I don't blame her if she was right about what she was saying, that it's a big group of them, it's a gang, and they take these. Well, she might know she's. But that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they had one guy's phone, and bada bing, bada boom. They were a trafficking gang or whatever that with children pornography or whatever, and children photos and kidnapping kids and whatever. And it's probably more than just one, but everybody they have such closed minds. And I keep telling them, if you're going to be a good investigator, anything is possible. In a murder case, a child kidnapping, a murder, child pornography, anything is possible. Anything. And anything is possible. You know, you have to remember you're dealing with the devil. You know, there ain't no godly church person going to be going out there and doing this. If it is, then the devil is right underneath our nose. And in our churches and in our police department and everything. And, you know, you got to have an open mind. They can't just say it's impossible. That can never happen. You know, I don't believe no. I keep everything on the table. Every single thing is possible. If they said Bigfoot jumped out of the woods, you know, hey, all right, could have been Bigfoot. What proof do we have? You know, what do we got? Show us photos, show us footprints, show us DNA here, whatever. And if it's, well, good God, it was Bigfoot. He jumped out of the woods, grabbed the two girls, and split. Right now, they're wild girls in the woods somewhere or whatever. You know, anything is possible, and they got such a closed mind. They're failing to see that it's a big ring. You know, that Keegan Klein dude had 7 phones, 5, 6, 7 phones, SIM cards. You know, blow away phones, meaning throw away phones or whatever. You know, he had over 100 photos of girls. And the main thing is they polygraphed them. They knew about them and went and picked them up. And if there was any inkling that he was lying, that he killed Abby and Libby, or was even there, it would have showed up on the poly. They would have said, he's telling the truth about this. He did open an account maybe for somebody or use that guy's photo and was getting photos. But when it came down to the nitty gritty polygraph test questions, because I guarantee you they asked him, did you kill Abby and Libby? You know, do you know who killed Abby and Libby? Them were part of them polygraph tests. They start off small. What's your name, your birth date, what kind of programs, or what do you do for a living? You know, they start off small and then they start to put the squeeze on. And how long have you been, have you owned that phone, or how long have you had this account? And then they start putting the squeeze on more to where it's, were you there at the bridge? And then the guy would say, no. And then the polygraph guy would say, well, that's true, and then they would hit him with the big one. Did you kill Abby and Libby, or know the person that did? And there would be a guy standing in the room or on the other side of the glass, the invisible glass where you can't see the people. And that polygraph guy would have looked up and shook his head and said, no, he would have shook his head. No, he's lying. So therefore they would have never released him. If it's true what they're saying, and they gave him a polygraph and he passed it, and he didn't have anything to do with the murders, they would have went ahead and said, he told the truth. He did. We can get him on the child's photos and the fake accounts, but he was actually not at the crime scene. He did not kill the girls. He did not, the polygraph that, he passed it. And a lot of people say, oh, it's easy to pass a polygraph. Yeah. Yeah. That's what you think. It hasn't been done before. Yes. But I don't see this idiot passing a polygraph test. I just don't see it. Yeah. So we don't know. We don't even know if any of these videos they made are true. Do I know any of this to be true? No, because I don't have the evidence. I don't have the crime scene photos in front of me. I don't have the full recording of Abby and Libby. I don't have the DNA results that they had. Supposedly they said they had DNA, but it was from someone's house. Okay, well now they're throwing in a possibility where it's a setup. They're trying to set somebody up. She found it all on her laptop when she retrieved it back. Chippewa Dawson says, yes, she does have 2 channels. However, she has been missing over a year. She said the same thing a year ago. She found it all on her laptop when she revealed or retrieved it back. Brian Chadwell used to be her client. Oh, yeah. Probably if she was, you know, a pro, then yeah, could be, you know, she could have been, she might have known a lot of people, the police, Chadwell, they could have been her client. That's possible. You know, it's possible, but I don't think she's missing. She probably moved Chihuahua Dawson. You know, if from what my research tells me, some of these ladies of the night, they work in one area and then they move to another area and then they move to another area. You know, like I said, nothing against them. That's how they work. But, you know, she probably, you know, moved to a different area. That's why she hasn't been putting out any videos. Or it's possible she opened up another account under another name and is making videos. I could have swore I seen someone that looked just like her that is supposed to be a guest on either Greeno's channel, one of these crime channels, here soon, here real soon, or did just recently, was a guest on the panel and talking supposedly. Oh, she has been reported missing. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I thought she was just missing, like uh she went in hiding, which I don't blame her if she did go into hiding. If it's true what she's now saying, that these people were her clients, you know, uh I wouldn't blame her at all for going into hiding, but I didn't know she was reported missing. I'll have to check and see. But I thought I seen on YouTube just recently, and I know it's her because the tattoo right in the middle of her chest. She's got a tattoo right in the middle of her chest of a circle thing with. So it looked like her, and she's supposed to be a guest or a panel on one of these channels that I saw, crime channels here soon. She has a boyfriend who has reported missing over a year ago. Oh, she's got a boyfriend that reported her. I thought she was a lady of the. Oh, she has a boyfriend and she is a. Well, hopefully, maybe she got away from her boyfriend. Maybe she was being forced to be a lady of the night and she got away, hopefully, if that's the case. Well, once these women get into it, they think they're in love with a guy, and the next thing you know, we need money. You know, I can hook it up where you can sleep with these guys. I love you. I know you don't love them, and you only love me, but we need the money. And then they pimp them out, and then it gets so bad where they can't get out, and they're like, I thought we were just going to do this until we caught up on our bills or whatever. That stuff like that happens, and then it's too much, and the next thing you know, that's what they, nothing against them, nothing against them. I'm just saying, if you want facts, that is fact, that does happen. But I'll have to check into that, Chihuahua Dawson. I didn't know she was actually reported by her boyfriend as missing. That's kind of shocking. Wow. Then who's the girl that looks like her that's supposed to be on somebody's panel here soon that I seen? Unless they took the video down already. I don't know. They could have once it all broke and everything. Yes, Chadwell was a client. She found found all this creepy stuff on her laptop where this guy was demanding Chadwell to hold her down and keep her collected her. Chadwell said she is feisty. Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. Good God, they got Chadwell talking about all kinds of stuff. And you know what got me is everybody was like, "Hey, oh, poor him. You know, oh, you got such a bad life and everything." And the gang that he belonged to, if they knew anybody that would do anything like that to any kids or any ladies, that they would kill them. But yet they had Chadwell red-handed with a young girl chained up. So, you know, it was all a fabrication or whatever you want to call it. You know, I don't know. You know, I couldn't do something like that. But like I said, most of these people probably did it because they get paid to do it. They probably would have sold her, kept her, brainwashed her, and tricked her out to his club or gang to make money or to have free sex with at any time. That's what Chadwell was saying in his videos, you know, or his messages. I mean, not in his videos, messages supposedly that someone found, or it could have been the police that released some of that, or it could have been this young lady that Chippewa Dawson is talking about. I think it's Judge and Jalen or something like that, or some channel or something. I don't know. Yeah, you know what I always say is these ladies need to get away from these bad boys. They want these bad boys. I want the money, the cars, the big house, you know, and then it gets so bad where they can't get out, or they're being beat, or just sexually abused 24/7. Uh, and then they decide they want out, but by then it's just way too late, and they end up dead because the people kill them before they let them loose, or let them just walk away and just and expose all the stuff that is really going on. That it's probably a bunch of sickos, and they make money off of it. It ain't just like a here's a photo of somebody. They charge people money for the young teenage girl photos or whatever. They put them on dating sites. Some of these guys probably, you know, some of these dating sites are probably government ran to try and lure people into, you know, they might put a photo of a young girl on one of these sites and say she's 30, 40 years old, you know, 38 or 39 or something. So these guys start talking to these women and they think they're older women, but really it's a 17-year-old, 16-year-old girl. And then they're like, aha, we got you. Well, that's for one, that's a setup because you're putting out there that she's 34, 35. So a guy is talking to her thinking she's older, but really she's a young kid. And you say, this photo's of a young 17-year-old. And then guys are like, what? You know, the profile said 34. Well, we got you, you know. It's these people, it's now the government that is actually the sickos putting photos out of naked young girls, trying to lure older men or trap them or whatever they call it. It's getting radical in this country. My opinion. That's just my opinion. You know, who's really the suspect? Is it the government that is actually uh, running stings and putting young girls' photos out into social media? Or is it the person that thinks he's talking to a 30-year-old girl or woman, but it's really a 18-year-old, 17-year-old, 15-year-old girl? You know, anything is possible in any kind of situation. So, you know, what's going to happen? I don't know. Like I said, it's an ongoing case still. Delphi is an ongoing case. There's probably numerous people. It's probably they couldn't, there's a chance they couldn't solve the case, but they're trying to pin it on anyone to either solve the case, get it over with, or to divert us from the truth of what's really going on. Evil lurks beside us every day, and we don't even know it. Yeah. Yeah. These people don't know Chippewa Dawson. They don't know, you know, some of these people, they have sexual thoughts, and rather than go yank the old baloney, they go out and rape and do bad things instead of, they don't know fantasy from reality. They find it, some of these sickos, well, that's a sin to masturbate or whatever, or, well, hey, I think I'd rather yank the old baloney than to go out and abuse young kids or a woman or something like that. I mean, it's one thing. It's like a drug. They can't control their addiction. They don't know reality from fantasy. Some of these people have the right connections, and they've been doing it their whole lives and making money, a lot of money, and they got authorities that cover for them or whatever, and they get away with it, and some of these people, it's like some of these people say, go buy a blow up doll or whatever to have sex with if you're single or whatever, Well, I would say, yeah, go ahead, do whatever, masturbate, do whatever, to take that urge away. But these people, they just, I don't know. It's just, I can tell you this much: the devil has a hand in it somewhere. Somewhere, the devil has a hand in it. Now, like I said, I'm not saying Anthony Greeno or Sean Harmon or Keegan Klein or any of these people are guilty of the murders of Abby and Libby. I'm not saying that at all, but I'm not the one that told social media that his phone was taken from him, and a crime scene investigator that his phone was taken from him. I'm not the one that said Sean Harmon's dad was the killer. These guys said it on their own channels and put it out into social media. No one made them say that. Nobody, nothing did anything. They did it they said it themselves, not anyone else. So and like I said, once again, I have no idea what happened. I wasn't there, and I haven't seen the evidence. I don't know any of these people personally. I watched their videos, and that's about it. That's it. I might have commented on some of them saying I'm not buying the story that they were saying, and then once you say that, then everybody, they start attacking you and everything. But I didn't buy the story that they were putting out day one. Something just seemed fishy. Why did they wait 3-4 years to come out and say, well, yeah, they had my phone? Or why did it take so long for Sean Harmon to come out and say, uh, my dad's the Delphi killer or whatever? I don't know. People are asking them that. How come it took 4 years before you came out and said that your dad was the killer? And we don't know. We have no idea. I've been looking at this channel called Blue Dot Crime and Interrogations, and it shows you some crazy shit that happens in the world. And as for Sean Harmon, well, I'm confused there. We don't know. Who knows about Sean Harmon? Nobody. I can say this: he does have a police record of violence and turning his pit bull on some guy that something to do with a food stamp card, trying to get food stamp cards or something. Whether Sean was trading food stamps for drugs or it was the guy's food stamp card and Sean tried to steal it or whatever it may be. I don't know. I didn't get the whole information yet. I just heard that he was charged with something, releasing his pit bull or something like that on a guy. I don't even know if that's true. It could. These people, they're making it up. They think it's entertainment. Nah, ha, ha, ha. Well, it was a lie or whatever. We made it all up and everything like that. Okay, that's called tampering with evidence or crime evidence. They're trying to throw people off off a trail of crime, trying to make it think it was this, that. Who knows? I really don't care. I don't know any of these guys. You know, I just watch their videos sometimes, and I don't watch too much of Sean Harmon. And usually, when Sean Harmon mentions my name, someone gets a hold of me and says, "Harmon put out another video about you." You know, let him go ahead. He's got problems. He's actually, some people say he's a suspect and bridge guy. It's possible. You know, anything is possible. I always said, it does look like him, kind of, but it's been so blurred and everything, you know. Maybe it ain't Sean Harmon, but, you know, who knows? We don't know, because why? I don't have the original crystal clear video that was taken from a digital phone with a good camera on it, and it was in 2017. So it wasn't one of the first cell phones that ever came out with a camera. It was probably a nice phone and with a nice camera, digital. It would have been crystal clear. The video would have been, you would have been able to tell who it was. And boy, I'll tell you this much. A lot of people keep bringing up, well, Sean Harmon this and that. And I keep saying, boy, hasn't Sean Harmon's appearance dramatically changed? It's almost like he's someone else other than the booking photo that was put out on Sean Harmon of what he used to look like. You know, it's really funny, you know, almost like he's taken someone's identity their whole life, like a body snatcher. No, I don't know. Satan incarnated, maybe. Who knows? I don't think anybody knows, really. I don't even know if he's really the real Sean Harmon. We don't know. The world is so deceiving. It's river of deceit, and that's what it is. Nothing other than that. We don't know. We don't trust nobody. I was innocent. We don't know that. Where's the DNA that they have? Where's the crime scene photos? Where's the proof that all these videos, these people said that they were all chopped up, carved in, people took a knife and carved into the girls, that there was sticks that they penetrated the girls with to get rid of the body or the baby that was, one of them was pregnant or whatever. Where did they come up with this bull crap? There's no way around it. Now they have to release all the information. The crime scene photos, the autopsies, all the video, all the voice recording, everything. They got no choice. This has been turned into a disaster. And the only thing left for them to do is release all the information, whether it's gory or not. We've seen more of goriness with the Nicole Brown Simpson, O.J. Simpson case. Before O.J. even was arrested, there was photos out of the crime scene photo and all the blood coming down the streets and the bodies laying there. That was all released before even O.J. was picked up and brought in and questioned. All that information was already released. We knew how gory it was. We knew how bad it was before O.J. even stepped into court. So it's too gory. No, that will solve the case, because what we are hearing is a bunch of hearsay. If we get the crime scene photos and that, well, they didn't die the way these people are saying. And, you know, oh, wait, they did die that way, you know. Oh my God, it was a sacrifice or whatever. We're not just going by hearsay anymore. They have no choice. They got to release all the information. And then we got to give it to our pros to let them go through it to say, but this photo or this video somewhere has been tampered with or doctored with, or these photos or something. And there's only certain people that can do stuff like that. Somebody with software, technology, a good computer and software can doctor photos, videos, anything. They could put it through CGI. They could put it through all kinds of softwares. So we're not going on hearsay no more. We need proof. Hold on a minute, folks. I got to get some coffee real quick. I made a big giant dinner last night. Oh, a bunch of chicken wrapped up with bacon. And then sliced up a bunch of potatoes and had that in there. And now I got to do dishes from last night's dinner, the pan. The cholera bombing years ago freaked me the F out. Good old. Well, I woke up a little late today, but I did get to catch Police Off the Cuff video or live that he put out. He still might be live. And a couple other Delphi cases and stuff that they're saying, here's the thing. There's more than one person involved. And I've always said that. I said that years ago in one of my videos that they made me take down. Well, they didn't make me. I accidentally probably took them down when I had to take down the other videos that I made that, and it's probably was that, you get too close to something, next thing you know, they'll come at you and, hush, hush. Well, okay. Well, it was supposed to be a hush, hush case in the beginning. But yet we got video out there saying that the family members released information and the police released a little bit of information when they shouldn't. If it was supposed to be originally, it's a hush, hush case. It's an ongoing investigation. They should have either released all the evidence that they had and said, this is what we got, and this is an ongoing case, and that's it. Meaning this case ain't over with, and it won't be over with until we find all of them, because they probably had all that data from the phones that linked one person to another person, one person to another person. It opened the door for many cases. And I'm telling you right now, I believe everything the FBI and the Homeland Security and the police were saying. It is a giant ring, a lot of money involved, and a bunch of sickos. And that's probably what it is. We don't know if these guys are the fall guys to the bigger things. We don't know. Did Anthony Schatz live in America, anywhere around Delphi at that time? When did he become a cop? And when did he go to Alaska? Or has he always been in Alaska? And it's true, he had no idea that they were using his photos for this. Now, it's possible he had no clue. They just took one of his old profile photos. It's happened to me. And they stole it and put it on another account. My photos are everywhere over the internet. When my computer got hacked or whatever, when I downloaded that cracked or hacked plugin or whatever that I thought was Waves, new plugin that they came out, that was for free. Sometimes Waves, every year at Christmas time or Thanksgiving or whatever, Waves releases a brand new plugin for free for only a certain amount of time. If you don't get it that day, within the dates they give you for free, you have to pay for it. So that's what I thought it was a free. I thought it was the crack Waves plugin that they have, but I thought it was free for only a certain amount of time. I downloaded it. And once my computer guy looked at it, I said, I thought my computer went crazy after I opened this file, this free Waves crack plugin. And he said, well, let me check it out. And he did. And he said, once you downloaded that and opened it, I said, well, I belong to Waves plugin. I buy plugins from them. I wasn't trying to steal it. Every month or every year at a certain time, they release a free plugin. And I didn't have my glasses on. And I just thought it was a free crack plugin, the new plugin that was out by Waves. So I downloaded it. And he said, well, once you downloaded that and opened it, it opened your computer to a hacker or a corrupt file that sent your information, photos, whatever, across the world. And I said, that's probably why I'm getting millions of emails from ladies all over the world saying they've seen my photos. And he said, oh yeah, and probably all kinds of other things and stuff, And the first thing he asked was, do you bank on? I was like, no, I don't do any of my banking. I don't have any of that. He said, well, you're lucky for that. And then he asked, did you use your credit card or at all? I said, I don't have a credit card. I got a debit card. And I use that to buy guitars from Guitar Center. And he said, well, there's a chance they have that. And I said, well, I belong to one dating site called Match or whatever it is, a respectable dating site, And he said, well, they probably got your photo either from Facebook or that dating site. And then once they hacked or once you open that file, it just, boom, it sent it everywhere. So, yeah, it happens. I'll tell you what, it happens. And I am a single man and I don't look for young teenage girls. I like mature, respectable women that like to be women, not beat on or whatever. So I didn't get in any trouble or anything. He explained to me it was a, and he even looked it up and he got back to me and he said, man, they got into your computer. It was pretty dirty or whatever. And it opened up. I didn't even have to open up the internet. I said, I know I'd be sitting here doing a music video or trying to record in Pro Tools and the internet would by itself open up to these sites like a shopping center for purses or somewhere way over on the other side of the country, somewhere in Asia or Russia. And then it would open up and go to a dating site. And then it would open up and go to some kind of a sicko site with all kinds of bad stuff. And I called them right away. I said, I can't even record music. This thing's going crazy. I said, it happened after I downloaded this plugin. And it didn't take him long. He looked at it and said, yeah, it wasn't a free plugin. It was a free plugin, but it was a crack plugin. And I said, well, Waves just put out a crack plugin. He's like, really? I said, yeah, go look. I thought it was a free plugin. Every year they give a free plugin out for free. If you don't get it in that certain amount of time, then you got to pay for the plugin. So yeah, it happens. I still get emails from girls all the way. I've seen your photo on a date. I can't keep up with them all. You try and go into it. From what he told me, he said, you're going to have to close the account. Go in. If they have your photo there, sometimes they don't. He said, get your photo off of it and delete your thing or whatever. And, they did give me a number to call after it just got so bad. I was like, dude, I can't believe this. I opened up my email. I got 10,000 emails within a couple days. And I've never met any of you. I don't even know where they're coming from. And they were laughing, because they looked it up and they're like, we've known you for a while. We know you're not gay, but they have you on a gay thing. I'm like, you ladies know me. I hit on most of you women in here. No, what it did was take your IP number and your your photos and all your information, and it just puts it all over the place. And then I had to spend $150 to have all the viruses or the file removed or whatever, and took like 2-3 days or whatever. And so it was nothing. But now I could see how maybe possibly Anthony Schatz had no clue that his photo was being used. I had no clue that I was even hacked, other than my computer for about 4 or 5 days would just go nuts. It would just do whatever it wanted. The internet would open up and just go to all kinds of shopping sites and dating sites, casino stuff, gaming stuff. I'd be like, what the heck is going on? So it didn't take long. I took my computer right away to the computer guy to have him look at it, and they found it. They fixed it. And now it runs fine. And that's how you know you downloaded a corrupt file or a hacked or a cracked file or whatever they call it. Is your computer will just go nuts. It just opens up by itself. I could just be sitting here on the internet. I'd be in Pro Tools recording music, and every 5 minutes, my internet would open up and block my YouTube or my Facebook, and I couldn't, or Pro Tools, and I couldn't see what I was recording or when the song ended for me to stop. And oh God, it sucked. I was like, God, why is it doing this? I couldn't figure it out. Finally, I said, I gotta call the pros. So is it possible he had nothing to do with it and his photo was stolen and everything? It's possible, but we don't know that. Did he live in the United States at all? Or is he a homegrown Alaskan? That's the thing. We don't know. We don't have the evidence looking at us. We're not looking at the evidence. We don't know all the evidence. They never released it all. We don't even know all of the recording. They didn't release it. So we actually don't know if any of these videos that they said were even true or not. The police did come out and say some of the stuff that was on social media was a lie. The girls didn't die that way. Well, what? Explain to us what was a lie and how did they succumb to death? What was the cause of it? Was it strangulation? Were they shot? Were they stabbed? Were they anything? And here's the thing. I don't think they had a weapon. Why? Because I think they targeted young girls for a reason. Because they didn't have a weapon, like a gun, like everyone's saying or whatever. And why did they do that? Well, because they knew if they did fight, they wouldn't have put up that much of a struggle. They wouldn't need a weapon or anything. That's what I'm thinking. Everyone's saying, oh, look at his jacket. There's a gun in his jacket, whatever. No, them could be the dolls that they found scattered around the bodies that people made videos on, not me. I watched them. They said there was dolls at the crime scene that they scattered around the bodies of the girls. Not one doll, two, numerous dolls, little dolls that young girls play with. How did them get there? If that video is even real, we don't know. It's memorizing. But we got to stay on it. And here's the thing. We can't go on hearsay anymore. We need actual photos, video, and voice recording of the crime and crime scene photos and DNA, what they have released, because it's turned into such a mess. We're starting to believe that it is an organization down there of the good old boys down south, and they're racist or whatever you want to call it, or a gang or a club or an organization, and it's bigger than what we think. And that's just my opinion, folks. I'll be back after after I watch all these videos that, tomorrow it'll be Ronald McDonald and the Hamburger. You know, I don't know. Who knows? Tomorrow it might be Superman, or it might be a shapeshifter. I've watched videos out there. Why is the guy's face shifting? Well, if you're seeing that in that video, that means it was edited. Somebody put it through some digital editing or whatever, or a software that makes it shapeshift into different faces and different. So we don't know. We're not looking at the original footage of what the police have, because that footage would be crystal clear. It was a digital phone. This only happened in 2017. Even if the girls had their phone for a year, 2 years, it's still a brand new phone with a good camera on it that wouldn't be all crappily blurred like we're seeing. And you have to remember, it's a still photo from a moving video. So automatically it's going to be not what it should be. We need the original video all the way up. I find it hard that Abby or Libby recorded the guy coming down the bridge, and supposedly they were so scared and then turned the video off. I don't think so. The guy would have to have been right up on him. And the photo should have been crystal clear, or at least the video. Why didn't she say, I'm on social media right now, my account live. Everyone can see us, even my mother. And we're scared and we're going to call the police, or, the guy probably would have thought twice. We don't know. We don't know. Not sure. They're saying some videos that the footage we're seeing ain't even from the day of the murder. That the photos of Abby or Libby on the bridge ain't even from the day they were murdered. Bridge guy ain't even from the day that they were murdered. So something ain't adding up. They got to release all the information, or someone subpoena them to. They got to release it to the public. I know it's gory. I know the family. We're thinking of the family. We don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. But in order to solve the case, you got to see crime scene photos. You got to see the DNA and all the evidence they have, all the data from the phones, all the recording, the voice recording. We can't go on hearsay. See, the O.J. Simpson case, we knew something gory, horrible happened that night. And the proof was in the photos. We didn't have to hear hearsay. Oh, that's not how it happened. That didn't happen. No, we knew before OJ even stepped into the court that this was a gory crime from the get-go. We knew that within 3 or 4 days of the crime actually happening with OJ, there was photos released of bloody sidewalks, dog prints, and bodies. So they should have did that right off the bat. Hey, we don't know the guy, but this is what we got. Here's all the footage. Here is the crime scene photos, the autopsies, and the DNA that we collected. And you know what? This is an ongoing case, and we could use some help. All right, give us all the proof. Don't give us don't play games. The citizens are not the killers. The people, not everybody is the killer, but they came out and said, you want to know what we know. Well, everybody wants to know what the police knows. 2 little girls were killed. Who don't want to know who did it or try and find the guy? And I think it was shot from the word go. It was just compromised from the word go. Who didn't want to know who slaughtered 2 young girls, and numerous girls out there? Numerous girls have come up missing out there, or trafficked, or killed. Who didn't want to know the truth? And then the cops want to play games like it's a Zodiac killer. I'm like, oh, these dudes are nuts. We learned from the Zodiac killer, you don't play with somebody that you don't know. I told them that. They didn't want to listen. I told social media, don't play with these guys if you don't know exactly who the guys are, because we'll have bodies scattered all over the place. And they turned it into like some zodiac shit. You want to know what we know? Well, someday you will. But who gives a shit now? We got bodies all over the place. Florida is a dumping ground. Utah runs all the way from Florida up to Utah into Indiana, Tennessee, Kentucky, all the up north here in Michigan, down. Yeah, I think we wanted to know. Playing with a zodiac group, not just one guy, a big gang of them. You don't play with people like that. I don't know why they chose to do that, turn it into some power trip. The first year, yes, I wanted to know. But after 2, 3, 4 years, nothing. Everyone was like, who gives a crap? They're trying to play games with somebody, or it's a power struggle. Not with me. I can shut the internet off and say, you know what? It didn't happen to me or mine, or anyone I know. So life goes on. But they tried to turn it into some power. You want to know what? No, not no more. I really don't care. I think we solved the case from the get-go. I think what they're trying to do is protect most of these guys, because they know there's groups of guys out there they call vigilantes that want these guys. And probably even if they make it into prison, they're still going to be wanted. And that's what I'm thinking. The only explanation. Other than that, it didn't add up from day one. And it ain't adding up today. Could Calvin Klein or whoever, Keegan Klein, be bridge guy? Well, that's possible. With the photos and the video they're giving us, we don't know. If there's voices on the recording, that means there's video. That means they seen the guy real clear on the video walk right up to the girls and say something. So that means they have close video of the guy. Not he's halfway down the bridge. He's, 15 feet away. That means that guy kept walking right down the bridge. They filmed him and he walked right up to the girls. And that means they have a crystal clear video of who the guy was. None of this blurred stuff they're putting out and all this crap and everything. They turned it into a mess. Really nobody but social media and the police turned it into a mess. They should have released the information right away, especially if they had no clue who the guy was. They should have released the information. And why'd they release them? There's videos out there saying, 12 years or 12 days after he was picked up. That's true. But, they gave him a polygraph test and he passed it. Well, if that's true and they gave him a polygraph, they would have never let him walk out the door if he didn't pass that polygraph. They would have started off small. What's your name, your birth date, where do you live, what's your YouTube account or social media name, and then they would have tightened up on him. Were you ever in that area of Delphi, or do you know that area? And then they would have tightened up more on them. Do you know Abby and Libby or have ever met them? And then they would have tightened up even more on them. Did you kill Abby and Libby? And then if he would have passed all that and they let him go, then he passed it, meaning he did not kill them and he was not there and the DNA ain't matching and yada, 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 yada. And they released him. A couple hours after certain people put out their video that, Anthony Greeno was in tears. We got him. This is the guy. And then the day before that, he was on there crying. Somebody help me. I need you crime channels to help me out. Please. He was in tears. People are asking, why are you crying? Why are you flipping out? Or, he was emotional because he thinks he's got the guy. It could be the guy. I don't know. I don't have all the information. I don't have all the evidence. I wasn't there. I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm just going by what I say. what I find out myself. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, I have no idea. They're saying, well, the police have already cleared us. Nobody is cleared because we don't believe the police. That means you can say the police can come out and say these people had nothing to do with it. Yeah. Well, okay. We'll do our own investigations because it got so bad. Nobody believes the police. We want the information released, all the evidence. We want our people to go through it, the citizens, the professionals, to look to see if any of them voices were edited, any of the video, any of the photos, and if the deaths even occurred as much as these people are saying on YouTube, that one of the girls were pregnant. Well, that makes sense. If they were sleeping, if one of these guys were sleeping with a young girl and got her pregnant and he found out, well, there's a good chance that maybe he paid somebody to kill him, to cover up, it's possible. We don't know. They got to release everything. And the Delphi Bridge has to come out and quit luring people back to that area. It is not safe, period. It should have been taken down a long time ago and reassembled in front of the train museum or whatever. But the bridge has got to come down. They're luring people back out there, and children, come to Delphi, check it out. No, don't send your kids to Delphi. It's unsecure. There's no security. There's not right cameras out there, and it is not safe. Even if there a murder was even occurred out there, that bridge is not safe. If they don't shut it down, someone is going to fall off of that bridge and die. And it might be another young kid, because they're making these videos to go out there to Delphi to find come to Delphi to see the bridge where Abby and Libby, it's like the movie It. You didn't catch us the first time, so come on out with your kids and your families, and no, don't send your kids out there to look at the bridge. You want to see the bridge? Then wait till they take it down and assemble it somewhere. If they're not going to do that, then we're taking the bridge down. A demo team. We'll film it just in case we need it for video, for something, proof or whatever. But, we'll send a couple guys out there with some charges and we'll film the whole thing. Get a couple drones out there. I want aerial shots of it. And then I want cameras underneath it to pick it all up. And we'll get the pros out there. Won't take long. That bridge will come right down. They'll put off some phosphorate charges and go right through the steel, and it'll come down. It's not safe. And these people are actually luring people back to the crime, because to me, it says we didn't get caught the first time. We created this big giant thing. Now the killing bridge is open again. Come out with your kids and bring people. I'm like, it ain't safe. Why are they? It's not even secure. We don't even have teams out there patrolling the whole area, walking up and down the whole, why are they bringing, I just don't see it. I don't see it. Why didn't they make a statue of Abby and Libby to put in the town, in the middle of the town? You want to go ahead and memorize them or memorial or whatever. You don't put it where they were killed. I don't understand this. Drawing people out there, drawing more victims, because everybody's going to want to walk down the bridge. They're going to want to walk back there in the woods. They're going to want to, it's going to turn into like another Blair Witch Project where everybody goes out there to seance and try and conjure up spirits to find out what happened. It's madness. And the bridge has got to come down. And I don't think they have any choice or say so. We'll wait till everybody's in bed. We'll put up 150 feet circumference, 100 feet circumference, 200 feet circumference around there. Make sure we clear everything out of there, Bambi, everything. And it'd be late at night. You'll hear, and it'll be over with within seconds. Send the demo team in, take everything out of there, reassemble it, whatever. They have an option. Either they can take it down piece by piece and put it back up in front of the train museum that we have in Indiana or whatever it is, Or get a demo team, go out there and take it down, make sure you secure the area, play some loud music to drive all the animals away. If there's any deer out there or anything, put a net underneath so we don't get a lot of this stuff in the creek, in the river out there, and get rid of the bridge, close it all down. Uh, it's turning into a tourist attraction. They really are. I'm like, are you kidding me, man? 2 young girls lost their lives. We don't know if they were sacrificed. What happened? And you want to charge people. Pretty soon there'll be a ticket box out there. Oh, Lord, forgive us, for we know not. Well, I know, but forgive them. They may not know. I don't know. Oh, Lord, thank you again for another day, and forgive us for our sins. And some of us, forgive us for all, I don't know, whatever. Help these people. I don't know. But there you guys go. That's my opinion. I think it's just a big farce, and it's starting to look more like that. Where ain't it so funny how these people now are cops that were once involved in a murder case or something? Ain't it funny how people were saying and making videos? Holy crap! It looks like Brian Laundrie in an FBI uniform. No. Oh yeah, check it out. Oh god dang it sure does look like him, don't it? Why are so many people popping up that look like the Brian Laundrie? They only do that in other countries with people that got a lot of money, or they are involved in some kind of a group, gang, organization, terrorist group, or they have lookalikes so they don't get caught. What do they use? Burner phones, SIM cards, phones they use one time and throw away. So our military can't get a target on them. They're constantly moving. It could be. Who knows? Well, I don't know. But anyways, I did wake up. I did watch some good videos this morning. Police Off the Cuff and Miss Grizzly and, all these crime channels that are out there. Alex or Miss Erickson, and some of these crime channels are pretty good. No thanks. I haven't been watching him too much lately. The Lab. I watch a lot of these crime channel things. Natasha Cooper's and Lynn, her sidekick Lynn. Ding phone. It's no one I know. If people call me, they don't leave messages, and I don't answer the phone if it's just it just gives up the state that they're calling from, or whatever. You're gonna call me, make sure it says your name. These people don't even put out their real names on phones. You have a caller ID, it's unknown listing or whatever. Well, who the heck's this? What happened to the olden days where you could register your phone number and not be afraid to, I'm calling this person. It's me. I'm calling you. There's my name on the phone number or on the, I don't know. These people got, I don't know. Technology can be good or it can be bad. Back in the olden days when you had a phone, you had a bill that went with that phone, and you had to have your real name and show proof that you are that person to have a phone turned on or to use a phone. When someone called you, you didn't know who it was back in the olden days, before caller ID and all this stuff. You just went and picked up the phone. There was no screen on it that said this phone number is calling you. So technology went forward, but now they're using the technology where I'm getting calls and it's saying it's Susie Montgomery from Warsaw, Indiana, or whatever, and you pick up the phone and it's some guy halfway across the world. Hello? Yeah, what do you want? I ought to sell you. Yeah, but you're saying you're some young girl or a woman or someone in Warsaw, Indiana, but you're calling from halfway around the world. Oh no, I sell you insurance. Yeah, I'm good. Or they always say it's Medicaid, Medicare. We want to change it. It's a scam. Everything has become a scam. So technology has succumbed or passed. These people they use our phone numbers and they charge phone bills to our numbers, my phone. You're like, I never made that call. My phone's ringing all day. I never made that call. Well, they must be tapping into someone's phone and using our lines, and we're getting charged for it. They really dropped the ball on everything, but hey, we'll have to go back to the Cold War days. We'll have to, I've been taking these phone numbers down, and one day I'm going to put them all up on YouTube. These are the numbers. If you have one of these phone numbers, contact your authorities because your phone number has been stolen and they're using it to call people. Whatever it could be. It could be a robot, it could be telemarketers. But I thought they passed a law in Indiana that it was illegal for telemarketers to call you. And then they said, oh, no, that never happened. And they're not supposed to call after a certain time of the day. No, I thought it was passed that telemarketers it's illegal to call people. But I guess they changed that too. Americans love coffee like Aussies like beer. Oh, you're right about that, Miss Chippewa. Excuse me. I know that sounded sick, but I'm not a gay man, so that's what real men do. We scratch our butt, burp, fart, and say stupid things. That's what real men do. My hands are dirty. I got calluses on them, and my baloney has a first name. I mean, that's what us real straight men do. Nah, we're men. Nah. But that's about it. All right, so I watch a lot of these channels. There's a lot of good crime channels out there. I even watch Sleuth and all these guys. And, I watch them. That's about it. It's entertainment. That's about it. They're not real. They're not real investigators or whatever. They might have been in one time, but they're not anymore. And some of these guys, you do history on them. These guys got violent crimes that are repeated. It ain't just somebody that did something once, got caught, and changed their way of life or whatever. No, these guys made a living out of it. They do it constantly, not one charge, not two charges. We're talking 20, 30 charges of violence and abuse against women and kidnapping kids and whatever. They don't learn. They don't have a way to learn. Something's wrong with their brain where they just don't care. I don't know. If I don't make any sense, then I don't make any sense. That's my opinion. And you guys got your opinions. Believe me, I'm used to it. I don't know what I'm doing. And this ain't a crime channel. And this is that, that. That's okay. You guys got your opinions. You do. You got your opinions. I respect that. If you want to call me an idiot, go ahead. I've been called it before. It don't bother me. Sometimes I am an idiot. I'm not perfect. Only God is perfect. Only God is. I'm not. And I ain't the devil because you couldn't pay me enough money to go out and kill, steal, rape, and sell drugs or make drugs. Why? Because that'll take away the one thing I cherish: life, family, God and my freedom. I'm a big fan of Braveheart. But anyways, that's pretty much it. I'm done for the day on this. Unless new breaking holes pop up or in the case, is it possible this was all fabricated to make someone look like it was someone else, but really there's a bunch of people involved? Yes. It's very possible. Anything is possible. Like I said, if you told me Bigfoot came out of the woods and killed the two girls and split, what evidence do we got? Let me see the crime scene photos. Oh, there's a Slim Jim wrapper. It had to be Bigfoot. We can't go on hearsay. That's what these guys want us to do. They want us to believe every video they put out. So they're taking it. Why? Because there's a purse in it. $325,000 or $350, whatever it is, which you can make that check out to Johnny Kramer and send it to me. I'm in LaGrange. I don't have nothing to hide. So, hey, that's why they're doing it. Other than that, and I don't care about the money. If it's mine, it's mine. If I solved the case or helped in any way and part of it's mine, it's mine. If not, I don't care. I didn't even know about it until 6 months ago that there was money on it. I thought they were talking about the Summer Wells case. There was 30 grand on the line with that, raised if someone solved the case or whatever. But I had no idea there was $350. And that makes sense because most of these people are saying they're bounty hunters and investigators, and them knowing that there was $350,000 on the line or $325 on the line. It's no wonder they made up fake videos to throw us off so they can get on the trail of the money. And that's why from the beginning I said, this ain't adding up. This whole case ain't adding up. And then probably makes sense when I found out there's money on the line. But we don't know if that's even true. They could just be saying that to cover their butts. And we don't know. The proof is in the pudding. Well, I shouldn't say that no more because Bill Cosby and everything. The proof is in the photos, in the crime scene evidence, in the videos, in the recording, in the DNA. That's the proof. And they don't want us to see it because I think it'll poke holes in all their theories that they had. And we'll be like, nothing is adding up that these people said. So that's my opinion. Make sure you check out some of these crime channels. I belong to a couple guitar channels that I watch, and I'm a mod on one of them. I watch a lot of music stuff. You always learn playing guitar, music, something every day. New effects and guitars and all kinds of stuff. And I also belong to a lot of great outdoor channels and off-grid channels and van life channels. And good God, can't these people just leave a message? Hey, we're trying to sell you this. Call us. Just silence. Then they hang up. I did have people call here and leave messages. Shut your mouth. Shut your effing mouth. Yeah, well, I'm just doing a video. I wasn't there, so I'm not worried about nothing. If I can help, I'll help. I don't know what happened down there. Why? Because I don't hang out with people that do stupid, idiotic, crazy stuff like that. I got kids and grandkids myself. We wanted to know so we know the people to keep away from our kids. I'm around kids all the time. There's kids that live here. My nephew, I babysit my little nephew, once in a while and everything. We want to know who to keep away from this area. We wanted to know, but now it's turned in such a disaster and we've been given the runaround so long. I don't think people really care. It's like it's been so corrupt down there. It's like, yeah, another video of Delphi, you know. And we're suckers because we watch them all, you know. No, I don't know. If I had a girlfriend now, you wouldn't even see me on YouTube unless I was with my girlfriend. Or if I got married, my wife. But then again, she would control my life and say, "No, enough of these videos. All right, honey." That's the type of dude I am. I've always had a woman in my life. Now I'm single. You know, now I'm single. I got no one to tell me when to stop. You know, enough of these crime scene channels. You know, don't tell me I'm a free. I get, yeah, well, you ain't going to be getting no love. It. Well, I guess I don't want to watch these videos no more, honey. Yeah, you're right. I've been watching too many of these crime scene channels. You're right, sweetie. That's what women do. They control the idiot in us where we get carried away. And next thing you know, we're up all night watching crime scene videos or music or guitar channels and effects and studio channel. You know, that's what women do. They keep us in line. You're not doing this. Don't tell me, oh yeah, look at this. All right, I'm not doing that no more. You know, it's the woman that gets us controlled and keeps us from being idiots. I'm just a man. That's what I tell most of these. I'm a man. I'm not a woman. I'm not that superior as a woman. Yeah, I'm a man. Ugh, fart. Yeah, burp. It smells like elbows and assholes. You know, women, they come into your life, they lighten it up, they control you. Everything smells good, and you got a beautiful thing laying next to you in bed. You know, that controls the man, the idiot in us. You know, so I don't know. That's just my opinion. Could it have been a child trafficking that went bad? It's possible. It's possible. But if that's the case, and them and the killer or the people that were going to kidnap the girls, if they were paid to do a job to kidnap the girls and then they didn't, and then something went bad and they killed the girls, well, they owed somebody money probably to kidnap the girls and put them into some kind of a trafficking ring or sex ring or whatever. So, you know, it might have been something like that. It could have been they didn't want to traffic the girls because usually you don't kill the product, you know, then you got nothing to make money on, no photos of young girls. So it's just, it's, to me, it's really, really something, you know, we don't know. We need the evidence. We need the crime scene photos, all of it, autopsy, every single thing, DNA, all the video, all the recording. I know it's gory. I don't want to look at it, but in order to find out if it's the truth and to solve the case, you got to see that stuff, or you're just going by hearsay. That's it. That is it. If you don't see the proof, you got nothing. They got nothing but a bunch of hearsay. Show us the proof, then we could say, oh, that is the truth. You know, that's what happened or whatever, or that's a lie. That did not happen. And the proof is in the photos, in the case, in the DNA. And anyone that tells you you're a sicko for wanting to see that, yeah, no, I don't want to see it, but we want to solve the case and get these people off of the streets. And in order to do that, any good investigator, you got to look at them photos. I know it sucks. I know it's unbelievable. You might have nightmares, but in order to do it, you have to see it. You can't go by hearsay. Well, the girls were killed. That's all we know. You know, how? Well, you know, whatever. You know, we don't know. You know, this is the way they were. This. Well, show us the proof. There's been so many videos out there, so many rumors. Let it rest for Abby and Libby, to let them rest in peace. And don't any of you idiots try and go out there with your spirit boxes and we're going to channel Abby and Libby. Leave the girls alone and let them rest with God. You understand? They're at peace. Leave them alone. Quit trying to conjure up crap and go out there and create some more madness and take the dang bridge down before we hire a team to go out there right underneath your noses. And you keep saying it's impossible. No, we bring in one of our special demolition teams. That bridge is coming down. We'll make sure we secure the area where there ain't nobody, not even little Bambi or birds around there. We'll play some loud music that'll scare everything out of there. We'll make sure the area is secure, and we'll drop that bridge. But it's too dangerous for you people to be out there. And I find it disgusting that they're luring kids that come out to Delphi and see the bridge, and it's unreal. Unbelievable. Drawing people back to the crime where they never got caught in the first place. So, draw them in. The killing bridge is open again. No, it ain't. Shut it down. Secure it. And quit playing with our children's and our families' lives. My heart bleeds for their family of Abby and Libby's. And keep in mind, Abby and Libby are not the only girls and women that have come up dead out in Delphi, Lafayette area. There's been numerous. And don't you forget about the Evansdale girls, or Evansdale, whatever, the two girls that were missing. That the MOs are similar. Now, years and years ago when that happened, I was under the impression and read that they only found one body and never found the young girl. So, well, I got my suspicions on that, but, they're just suspicions. Is it possible she's still alive? Oh, it is. She could have been trafficked, sold, or whatever. All right, you folks have a great day. I want to thank Chippewa Dawson, Lauren Shorts. Who else was in? Amanda Potter, Sean Harmon's son. He's working on a channel, the crime scene channel. No, he's not real Sean Harmon's son. I'm hoping. I asked because that was the first thing. We're hunting them all down. All the Harmons. Yeah. No, he's not. He's a young kid. And he's just starting the channel out. And the only reason he named it Sean Harmon's son was to piss off Sean Harmon. And he's doing a good job, probably. So, but all you people, thanks for stopping in. Like I said, do I know any of this stuff? Any of my theories? They're just my theories. They're my opinions. And that is it. That's my opinion. I think from the word go, this case was messed up and they released information to certain people. And people's phones were taken for a reason. Now, whether it was because the killer called them or there was illegal activity on their phones, we don't even know if that's true. Anthony Greeno, I commented before, get a lawyer and subpoena your phone. And that'll tell you what the deal is. If they still won't give his phone after then something's up. Something ain't right there. The story ain't adding up. It's funny how they had Calvin Klein's phone and Anthony Tott's or Schott's phone or Keegan Klein. They had his information, and then boom, after they've probably got the information out of his phone, it's possible they called Greeno, or it's possible somehow they were communicating or something, but it just didn't add up. A lot of these dudes did the boot scoop boogie out of Indiana. Once this case really broke, they split. Gone. Like the wind. Some of them. Why? I don't know. And they also have Chadwell's phone and information and all electronics. It might be exactly what they were telling me in the first place. It's a giant ring of them. They are on YouTube. They are everywhere. And the police said that, we know who you are, whatever, or we feel that you are a very important person, and people look up to you and stuff. And once people find out that you are involved in this and the cause of it, it's going to be shocking. And you know what? I listened to that video and I hear a woman's voice in it, or a young woman's voice. It's very possible that the reports that were put out, that there was other voices on that recording, and it's possible there was a van that was reported out there, a white van, and a white box truck or a utility truck was reported out there, and there was videos made about that. I heard them myself. Is it possible that was true and there was a young couple out there arguing before the murders? It could have been. It could have been. We don't know without all the proof. No, I did blow up the area out there, a Google map, and there was a utility or a box truck parked all the way down the road, like a mile away off this side of the road. But it could have been a telephone truck. It could have been a delivery truck or something, but there was a giant vehicle out there, and it was white. And I did see another video that said that someone had reported that there was a white van on the trail parked in the woods out there back in the way. It's possible. If you can get a locomotive train down that path, I bet you can get a van down it, or a box truck if they were maybe camping out there. Chadwell was on social media for a long time. He knew a lot of people probably. He probably followed a lot of these. There's rumors out there that it could be a vanner that was out there, and then shit went bad. The girl stumbled up onto it, maybe, or something, or they were making drugs or a drug deal. Them rumors were out there too, and them videos. I seen them myself with my own eyes. I heard them. That's what they said. Now they probably took them down. They probably got in trouble, or maybe figured they were on the wrong path and took them down. And there ain't nothing wrong with people deciding to take one of their videos down. Well, see, he must have lied. He took the video down. No, I took the video down because I might have got too close. We might have got too close. Hold on, I got to use the little boy's room. And then I'm done with this video. Oh, God. All right, folks. Like I said, is anything I say true? I don't know. It's just my theory and suspicion on this case. It was something wasn't right from the word go. And I don't like these people bringing little children out there to the bridge. It's not safe. And I don't know what these people are into, but I don't find anything good out of bringing kids out to where two little girls lost their life. Oh, Bendejo, Stephen Scott is looking for you. She or he says he or she's a woman now. She was posing as a man, but she's a woman, that she broke up with her boyfriend. She's looking for you. If it's true and she is a real woman and she was just posing as a man, then I get first dibs. But last night she was on my channel and she says she's looking for you. She said, tell Bendejo I'm single. All right, ma'am or sir, I'll tell him. So, yeah, that's my thing on the case. And like I said, I don't want kids going out there. And they surely shouldn't have their families bringing their kids out there and crossing the bridge. It's not safe. It's dangerous. And to me, it's like they're luring people back to the place where they didn't get caught the first time. You know, pretty soon there'll be a ticket thing out there and a popcorn stand, and come get your ticket to cross the bridge and see where these two little girls lost their lives. It's just disturbing to me. I don't know. I mean, call me an idiot. I don't know. I'm doing my daughter's homework, and Bendejo's doing his daughter's homework for her. He's busy right now. Blair White, he's working on his daughter's stuff, working harder than when I was in high school. I know these kids today. You know what, Bendejo, we're lacking in technology in this country. The kids are afraid to go to school. They can't learn. What happened to the days you go to school, you learn, you're able to learn? We're lacking in technology. We want to be the best country. We got to act like the best. These kids got to go to school. They got to be safe. They got to eat good, and they got to be able to learn and not worry about someone storming the school with weapons or some idiot raping them or beating on them. Or, it's time to wake up, people. It's no wonder China and all these countries are succumbing. They're overcoming our technology because, now these kids go to college for 7 years and they come out dumber than what they went in. It's a big party. It's a big sex ring. It's a big, it's no wonder our technology is lagging. We got to change. If Bendejo says he misses the pandemic now, it only took him having to do his little daughter's probably second grade homework to figure out, I wish there was another pandemic. This is madness. Don't worry about it, Bendejo. You'll be all right. I know some of these kids' homework is, good God, you got to sit down and use your head again. Wait a minute, I know this. Yeah, it's 2 + 2. I know this one. I'm telling you, I know this one. Just give me a minute. Let me soak my head in some hot water to loosen up the bong resin and all the hops from the bear for 20 years of drinking and alcohol. I'm going to get this one. Yeah, Dad, it's 2 + 2. What's it equal? I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Let me get this out of my brain. She's in 12th grade. Oh, God, you're talking geometry and everything now. Oh, God. Don't even get me started on that. Division and the geometry and what's the root cause of pi? I don't know. Does anyone got a piece of pie? I'm kind of hungry. Who knows the square root of I used to know that when I was in construction. I know a lot of people are saying, you know how to do construction? Yes, I know how to read a tape measure. I know how to build walls. I even know how to make a archway in a hallway or I even know how to do an octagon in the front of a house that looks like a castle. I learned. And then I drank. And then worse things. And then, 30 years go by and you're like, geometry, you knew this. That's how you built archways and barrel rolls and hallways and octagon, roofs. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Many years of alcohol and hops and bong resin to soak my head for about 10 years. Then I might be able to think straight. Now all I do is play music and watch YouTube. It's a sickness. You're missing a cat? Oh, God. Is it an outdoor cat, pendejo? Oh, God. Who knows? I don't know. You should chip your cats and your dogs. Then you know. Then you can follow them all over town. My dog's missing. Nah, don't worry about it. Got an app right here. Tell me exactly where that cat or dog is. Your cat is 2 blocks away in a tree trying to eat a bird. Gee, thanks. Technology, it's good for some things and it's bad for others. Meaning we ain't got the manpower to keep up with the technology. So we might have to overcome, adapt. I don't know. That's my opinion. And all the stuff I say is only my opinion or my scenario and my thoughts of things I hear and see. Well, if it rained yesterday and it was away from the house, Bendejo, she might have stood. She might have stayed where she wasn't getting wet. And once it stops raining, she might find her way back home. If not, in the future, you should probably get a chip put in her or keep her on a leash. Get yourself a cat leash. And when you let her out, put her on the leash. She can stay out, make it 100-foot leash where she can walk around the yard, but she can't leave the yard. Put her on a leash. I would if I had a dog and I didn't want to lose the dog or didn't want it to get kidnapped. They kidnap animals, Yeah, sure. Get yourself a little leash, maybe 50 feet of leash or 100 feet. And when you let her out, put your cat on the leash. And then you just go on, walk around the yard or whatever. But she won't be able to leave that yard, see? She won't be able to go and venture out, and then you get a bad storm, and she'll stay hunkered down if it's raining and pouring wet. She'll find a dry place, and she'll hunker down there. And hopefully the rain don't cover up the scent so she can get back home. I know I'm going nuts with all this. I got all kinds of ideas. I don't know, but you guys have a great day. Stephanie Randall just came in. I'm just getting off, Miss Randall. Is it Steph? Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's Sophie. Sophie Randall. Thanks for stopping in, Bendejo. Lauren Shorts, Chippewa Dawson, Sean Harmon's son, Amanda Potter. Thanks for stopping in. I'm doing the best I can. And believe me, this case, the Delphi case, and Little Summer Wells, I've been watching a lot of the Summer Wells stuff. I have my opinions on that. And eventually, and we're seeing now there's new stuff coming out on the Summer Wells case. Everybody, do you think she's alive? Too much time has gone by. They got no leads, nothing. It's probably what I thought it was in the first place, but we don't know yet. I hope she's alive. We all hope all these people are alive, but I don't know. If we don't see crime scene photos in the Delphi case, I'm thinking the girls were trafficked. There never was a murder. They took the girl, staged it, made it look like it was something, and actually they sold the girls or trafficked the girls or they were kidnapped. Whatever. I mean, they have to start releasing the proof because nobody is believing the police. And that's sad when the police are coming out and they're given leads of what's going on, and the citizens are blowing holes in that lead, and the police are going scratching their head going, oh crap, yeah, we want the proof, the photos, the autopsies, the crime scene, everything, DNA, footprints, dog prints, animal prints. Was a bird feeding on it? Did a dare come up? We want prints of everything, of that crime scene, satellite photos of that day, that time, that whole area a day or a week before, start a month before, and start taking photos and looking on satellite of that a month before the killings. Was there anybody out there that you haven't seen before? I'd go 6 months back. Look, maybe these people went out there first to scope the area out and waited, and then went back and tracked the girls or whatever and did the killings. You know, it's easy. Pull up satellite photos of 6 months before then. Any vehicle that was in that parking lot, well, it was there that day. Next week it was there. Next week it was there. Okay, it might be someone just using the trails, or boom, a new vehicle popped up that day, and then boom, it was gone for so much time, and then boom, there's that vehicle again in the parking lot the day of the murders, and then the next day, boom, or that day, boom, the vehicle's gone. There's ways to figure out this case if they use their heads. You know, I would be pulling up satellite photos for a couple months before the murders to see if these people pick that spot to do a job. We don't know. Well, I don't know. I got to go. This YouTube crap has drove me absolutely batty. Yeah, God. But here's the bottom line, and the only bottom line is you ain't going to solve nothing if you ain't got proof of it right in your face, meaning photos, video, voice recordings, DNA, castings of footprints, gym shoes, dogs, cats, squirrels, a deer, anything around that body within 50 feet of that body or 100 feet. You know, they should have shut down that area, period, until the case was solved. But now you've had so many people come through there. If there was anything that they left or forgot or didn't pick up on, it's surely gone by now. Or the evidence has been trampled all over. So there was a lot of mistakes, but they're trying. Everyone's trying to help out. Now, you guys have a great day. Be safe. Thanks, everybody, for stopping in. And, you know, we're doing the best we can. That's all I can say. That's it. I'm the one with the disability. You know? I don't know. But be safe. Keep an eye on your kids. And I think it's time we take the bridge down. It's too dangerous. And they're luring people back there. There's no place for children to be. There's no proper security, no proper cameras. There's nothing out there. So don't send your kids back out there because it's in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, 20, 30 miles away is a town or whatever. But actually where that area is all farm field. If something happened, they can scream all day and no one probably would hear them. You know, which I find it hard to believe. There was actually, I can hear voices on the recording in the background. So somebody was around there. Somebody was either walking the trail, but they didn't hear anything. So it's just, it ain't adding up. All right, guys, I'll talk to you. Johnny Blair White is on the latest Joe Rogan podcast. I don't know. She might be. I guess she was a man, or she's a woman, and she was posing as a man. She's probably beautiful or something. I don't know. And probably don't want guys hitting on her. So she acts like she's a dude, but really she's a man. Or it could be true what she said. She's a she-man. She started life as a man, but now is becoming a woman. I don't know. Could be. I have nothing against her. She's on my channel all the time. She comes in there, or he, whatever she determines she is that day. I ask her, are you Mr. Scott, Stephen Scott today? Or are you Blair White, Miss Blair White? Whatever she or he, I have nothing against them. I have nothing against her. She's always on the channel. She comes in, says hi, leaves, and I don't hear from her. I see her on other crime channels. You know, I do see her on other crime channels. She has been in the chat rooms of these crime channels, and I'm telling you, she is. She is what? Oh, on Joe Rogan's channel? Or she's a real woman. I think she's a man, she said. And she's transgendering to a woman. I think. I was hoping she was a woman and trying to transgender over to a man. I was hoping she was born a woman, because then I was like, oh, I'm in. You don't need to get that sex change. Stay the woman. You're hot. But I think it was the other way around. And I got nothing against her, but I guess she was a man and now she's becoming a woman. And hey, all props to her. Go ahead. She is, or he, or whatever, has been on my channel. But do I know her personally? No. She's just come into my chat and she talks. She did break up with her boyfriend. She did say that last night. She broke up with him again. And then she wanted to know if anyone was single. I'm always single. Till a woman says, you're dating someone. All right, I'm single until I'm dating a woman. Then I devote all my time to that woman. There is no other woman except for that woman. But now I'm single. So, and I don't sleep around. That's probably my problem. Oh, I got problems. These cases have drove me nuts. You would tap that, Johnny. No, not if it's a man. Sorry, I'm not gay. I've always been a vagina guy. Vagina and breast and butt and smelling good. No hair on the butt. I don't like that. No, I wouldn't. If she was a real woman, oh yeah, I'm single. But I'm not gay. I'm a straight dude. I like vagina. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be as nice as I can without being. I'm a straight dude. Always been. I like the woman. I don't know. To each their own. I mean, you want to be gay, or whatever. You want to be a woman or whatever it is, or you're a dude or whatever. Go ahead. No, I don't think I would until I had proof that she's a real woman and didn't get the penis put on her yet. Then I'd be like, yeah, sure. But till then, no. Kind of getting lightheaded just thinking, getting that vomit reaction just thinking about it. No. Tell you all the rest of you, hey, do your thing. But me, no. I was raised vagina, born out of a vagina. Vagina is the only way. For me. For yous, I don't know. But all right, you guys have a good day. Be safe. I'll check out Joe Rogan's channel. When's she on there, Bendejo? Johnny Blair White is on the latest Joe Rogan podcast. When? Is it already out? Is it already out, or is it going to be out pretty soon, Bendejo? If it's got a penis, I'm not tapping it. Sorry, I don't do the baloney thing. Now, if it's a full-blown vagina, I'm in. If it's the original vagina, born with a vagina and never been changed vagina, I'm in. But no, I don't do that. That's, to each their own. All right, I'll check it out and see if she's on Joe Rogan. I know Ted Nugent was just on Joe Rogan. I was checking that out. Oh, Uncle Ted. But all right, you guys, be safe. Have a good night or a good day. It was all foggy here and everything, but I think the next couple of days next week is supposed to be in the high 50s and 60s. So, but then the bottom drops out again. It gets cold, and somewhere in January it starts getting, cold and snow. So, yeah, I watched Nugent on there. He was doing Stranglehold. They were talking about Stranglehold. I wish we can get a Stranglehold 2 out of them. Record, it was a great record. Stranglehold was a great record. Great, unreal. That's what I said. We need another Stranglehold 2. What do you mean? I need another Stranglehold too. Something compatible to Stranglehold. I think Stranglehold was just a knockdown killer song. That was when he came out with Stranglehold and that Birdland and that chord, that wow, the feedback and everything. It was like, here I come again now, baby, like a dog in heat. You could tell it's me by the clamor and my, I love to tear up the streets. It's just, oh, good God. Which I covered that song, which you can see on my channel if you would like. And no, I didn't play it exactly like the record or even how it was probably wrote, but I improvised, overcame, and you can tell it's Stranglehold. So there you guys go. Have a good day. Be safe. Blair White, cool. Blair White's cool. Yeah, she seems cool to me. Or he, whoever she is today or tomorrow. She's been on this channel, or he's been on this channel numerous times into my chat. He's cool with me. I got no problem with him or her. Not at all. She's welcome here anytime. All right, you guys have a good day. Be safe. I gotta clean up around here, and as usual, and I gotta run to the store. So I'll be back later. Maybe not. Maybe I need a break. Lord, forgive us, for we know not what we get ourselves into. Thanks for another day. And God bless everybody, and I don't know. And thank God that me or mine or anyone I know ain't all wrapped up into that crap down there in Delphi. It pays to change your life and be a respectable person, I guess. All right, you guys have a good day. Be safe.